And hello everybody. Today is June 28th, 2020. My name is Hugh. Jessica will be here very shortly. She just had to put down our daughter. We were outside for quite a bit, so we kind of lost track of time, but I got here just in time. I hope everyone's doing all right out there. I know some things are opening, especially like in Ontario. I'm not sure how it is too much in the States, but we got Comfy's first. Hey, Comfy, nice to see you here. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well out there. Notifications on, nice, nice. So yeah, today we're going to talk about Back to the Future, my favorite movie of all time. So yeah, I mean, as you see, I got some of the cars right here, just chilling. I have part one's cars coming in soon, hopefully within a week, and I'll have all three of them there. So yes. Speaking of Jessica, here she is.
Hi. Hectic night.
Yeah. I said we were out a little bit later than we normally would, so
Yeah.
but I got on just okay and just in time. And Comfy is first and
Awesome.
had notifications on, so
Way to go.
yeah. So yeah, I was just saying about how yeah, our week's been, you know, things have been opening up more in Ontario, and our week's been not too bad. I was sick for a bit during the week, but I'm okay now. Not COVID, no worries.
No, no worries.
Yeah, it was just kind of a somewhat of a busy week,
Yeah.
but I got some time off. I got almost a week off of work, which really helped a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very thankful for that one. But yeah, today's topic is Back to the Future. Again, my favorite movie of all time. I saw it when it first came out. Well, I saw it on VHS. I didn't see it at the movie theater, but I saw it on VHS in '86, I believe. And I was mesmerized by it. And oh yeah, there'll be spoilers in this. So if you haven't watched the Back to the Future trilogy, what are you waiting for? Do it. You'll not be disappointed. Even the special effects is not too bad in considering like nowadays stuff. So I really recommend, if you have not watched Back to the Future, at least watch the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And if that gets you like really going, then watch part 2 and part 3.
Yeah.
Really good. So yeah, Back to the Future. Little review. You have this kid Marty. He's a teenager, and he's a little bit of a rebel. Tries to is always late for school apparently, and he signs up to play at one of the dances for the school, and doesn't get it, so because the band was too loud. Anyways, later on that evening, he's chilling with his parents, his family, and they're all kind of, I guess, more on the loser type side, alcoholic mother, really geeky father, brother and sister that aren't really going anywhere in life, and yeah, and his uncle's in jail. So he goes to bed anyways, and about 1 o'clock in the morning, or probably 12:30 actually, his friend Doc, Emmett Brown, phones him to make sure he brings the video camera. And he goes to the mall, and out comes the DeLorean, and it's been retrofitted with all these different gadgets and gizmos and stuff like that. So this is Doc's time machine, and he sends his dog Einstein. He had a remote control for his car, and sent him into the future 1 minute, and it kind of freaked out Marty quite a bit. And then but then what happened was that to fuel it he needed plutonium, and he stole them off of terrorists, and the terrorists found him, and they go after him and they shoot Doc. And Marty gets away in the DeLorean and goes, you have to go 88 miles an hour, and he does that and goes back into the past where the time circuits were set for November 5th, 1955. So he's in the past, doesn't even realize it at first, but he's like freaked out. Everything's like, ah. And obviously he finds out where he is because all the cars and shops are all 1950s and stuff like that. Meets his dad, messes up the first time his dad and his mom met. So they start his siblings and him start disappearing from a picture that he has, and his mom has the hots for him. Yeah.
Of course.
So they try and get the dad to man up, I guess, and actually ask Lorraine, the mom, out. And after some stuff that happens, you got Biff the bully that has bullied George McFly the whole time, the dad. And finally George punches him, takes Lorraine, they have a dance, and everything's okay again. Marty and Doc has set up for the DeLorean to get struck by lightning at 10:04 p.m. on in 1955, so he can go back to the future, and it all happens. Boom, done. When he gets back, his family's changed. The house is beautiful. His dad's an author. Mom is not an alcoholic anymore. Looks like really nice and stuff. His siblings both have good jobs. They work at the office. And yeah, and he goes out, sees he got a brand new truck too. So nice. Yeah, must be nice to time travel. His girlfriend's there, and then all of a sudden Doc comes back with his DeLorean into the driveway and says, "Hey, you got to come back to the future with me." And he's like, "Why, man?" And he's like, "Because of your kids, Marty. Something's got to be done about your kids." And Jennifer's just looking at him like, "What?" And they fly off. Yeah, the DeLorean could fly at this point, and flies off, and boom, that's the end of part one. So yeah, that was kind of a very brief, fast overview of part one. Part two, they're in the future. Got to save the family by making sure that the son, Marty's son, does not do a crime. Does that, gets a hoverboard, which is cool, really cool actually. The cars fly. It's 2015, so of course the cars fly.
Yeah, of course. We're just in 2020 now, and we don't have that.
Yeah. But they were 1 year off from the Cubs winning the World Series, though, because the Cubs won it in 2016, and they didn't win for 100 years or so.
Spooky.
It is. They were just off by 1 year. Anyways, Biff, an older Biff, steals the time machine, goes back to 1955, gives this almanac book to his younger self that can predict all the future sporting events, and then brings back the DeLorean back to the future and then disappears. And then when Marty, Doc, and Jennifer all go back to 1985, it's this big hell, I guess, of a city. Things are exploding, and Biff Tannen is the biggest guy in the city, at least, maybe in the country. Who the heck knows? But yeah, it's they have to try and figure out what to do, and they find out that the older Biff gave younger Biff the almanac, so they actually go to 1955 again to get the book back. And there's a lot of things that happen, I guess, but basically Marty has to try not to run into his other self. That's already 1955, and Doc has to not run into his other self in 1955. So they come really close to doing that each, but they manage to be okay. Yeah, they managed to get the book back, but Doc is in the time machine flying, and he gets struck by lightning. And at the time, Marty doesn't know, like, what the heck. We all think it's probably exploded or something, but it ends up that he ends up in 1885. So Doc is back in the past, and Marty runs to Doc, who is just getting the other Marty back to the future by the lightning strike at the clock tower. And when that happens, Marty comes running up, Doc faints, and that's how part 2 ends.
Guys, like, keeping track of all that.
And this is 1955 Doc that fainted. Okay. Part 3. Marty brings Doc of 1955 back home. He wakes up, doesn't believe that it's really Marty, but it is, and basically believes Marty because Doc sent Marty a letter from the past. That was like in saving, like they saved it for like 70 years or something like that. So yeah. So the Doc from 1985 couldn't repair the time machine, so he buried it in a mine. So they have to go digging for it. And as they're digging for it and they find it, they notice the tires are all messed up because, you know, that happens after 70 years. That they see Doc's tombstone from 1985. And it happened about a week after he sent the letter to Marty. So he sent the letter to Marty on September 1st, and this happens on September 7th. And he was shot in the back by Buford Tannen, over $80. And had something about Clara. Beloved wife or beloved husband of Clara or something like that. And so Marty's like, who the heck's Clara?
What?
So because it wasn't like it was old age that killed Doc, it was someone shot him. Marty wants to go back in time to rescue his friend. And that's what they do. They fix up the time machine, but instead of going to 1985, he goes back to 1885. And that's what he does. And when he gets there, he springs a leak in his gas tank. Yeah, hides the DeLorean in a cave, and there's bear in there. So he runs off and gets hurt. Gets found by one of his ancestors, though, Seamus. And yeah, he ends up in Hell Valley Town after that. Buford Mad Dog Tannen. Yeah, it's all about the Tannens. Try to string him up and hang Marty, and then you have the Doc of 1885 come up and sharp shoots down Marty, cuts the rope, and down he comes. Yeah, you basically have them trying to fix the DeLorean, but there's no gasoline yet. And you would figure, though, with all of Doc's smarts, he'd be able to replicate or however to make oil, gasoline from oil somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it shouldn't be that hard.
No.
I mean, okay, granted, I don't know how, but I'm not really a scientist
But,
either.
yeah.
He should know a little bit. He
figure
knew
it
how to
out.
work plutonium.
So you can figure out how to, like, make gasoline.
Yeah, you know. But anyways, that's beside the point. They can't pull it, but they could push it up to 88 miles an hour, so they decide that they're going to get a train to do it. And they meet Clara. Clara and Doc fall in love. Aww. But Doc has to go to the future. He doesn't want to bring Clara, not really. So he tells her the truth, and she thinks that he doesn't want to be with her, but he's just telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And goes without her. They borrow a train. It's all they're doing is borrowing a train.
Okay.
That's what Doc
They're
says.
going to return it?
They're totally going to return it. I'm not sure in brand new condition, but they're going to return it. Hijack it. Bring it to DeLorean. They have these cool wood things that will heat up the boiler more and more and more to get up to 88 miles an hour. And that's what they do. Clara finds out that he was telling the truth, goes after them, gets on the train somehow with her horse, and then blows the horn. Doc tries to go back for her, but the whole boiler explodes. So Marty sends his hoverboard, and Doc catches on his feet, grabs Clara, and rides off into the sunset. Yeah, and then at that time, the DeLorean hits 88 miles an hour, into the future, and the train goes down into the ravine. That train is probably useless now, so borrowing it, yeah, it's probably not a good thing. Anyways, Marty returns to 1985, and just as he does, a train comes at him. He jumps out of the car right away, and the train smashes the DeLorean, destroys it. So he can't even go back in time to go rescue Doc if he needs rescuing or whatever. So he goes, picks up his girlfriend. I guess he doesn't get into the accident that he was supposed to be in the future. He was called Chicken, and he didn't do it though. Then I guess he tells his girlfriend about the truth about everything, and they go back to the site where the DeLorean was destroyed, and yeah, they're looking at all the stuff, and all of a sudden, 3 big sonic booms, and there's Doc with a train, a time machine train.
The DeLorean got an upgrade.
He couldn't fix up the DeLorean, but he made a whole train that runs on steam.
Yeah.
Right.
Of that logic.
Okay.
Can't figure out
Cool.
how to, let's get gasoline for the car.
Yeah.
No, let's turn an entire train into a time machine.
Yeah. Yeah. He couldn't even fix the time circuits in the first place, but he was able to make time circuits in a train. That's the only part of Back to the Future thing that I have a bit of troubles with, but that's cool. And yeah, they have some sentimental stuff. And then Marty's like, "Hey, you going to the future now?" And he's like, "No, I've already been there." And he starts flying, and the train's flying, and I mean, no one could see a whole train fly.
No, of course they can't.
And then that's the end of the movie. So that's the trilogy in a nutshell. Yeah. So the only problem I had with the movie was the whole ending with the train. How the heck did he make a time machine out of a train back then? And then obviously he didn't see Marty first. He obviously went to the future first because he got a hover conversion done on his train. Where else did he go before he went to Marty? Mm-hmm. You would think he'd go see Marty first.
Yeah, what the heck?
Like, Marty, I'm back!
No.
No.
You believe I'm dead.
No.
But I'm going to take my sweet time.
Yeah. And Marty has Doc has a couple kids, Jules and Vern. Yeah, but I mean, on the whole movie's a really good movie, and it's definitely worth a watch. It's a good family movie too. Like all your kids could watch at the same time.
Yeah.
That's what's good about it. And I think that's why I liked it as a kid, and I still like it now. That I could watch it with my kids, and it could be a 4 or 5-year-old, it could be a 10-year-old, 19, 20-year-old. Doesn't matter. They'll all enjoy it for the most part. I don't think I've met anyone that has not liked Back to the Future. They might not like certain parts, but actually not like the movie. I haven't met a person yet. I know someone will probably in the comment section say, "Oh, I didn't like it." And that's fine. That's fair too. But yeah, I liked it for sure. And so yeah. So which of the movies was your favorite out of all 3 movies? Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They all have their good things and bad things, but I would probably just give it to the first one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. First one is probably the best. The other ones are cool, but they're kind of like a little bit down than the first one. So
yeah, so they each had their moments that caught your attention. I mean, second movie, bring in a hoverboard.
Yeah, hoverboard.
Yeah.
And if you like the Wild West, then the third one is cool too.
Yeah, see, that's probably what turned me off from the third one.
Yeah.
The Wild West just never interested me. So
yeah, not me either, really. But I guess there's just enough sci-fi in there that it got me interested. Yeah. So, yeah, that's Back to the Future. And let me know what your favorite Back to the Future movie is. 1, 2, or 3.
What's yours?
That's the first one, yeah, for sure. For sure, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I like the first one the best because, it's the original.
Yeah, and
It's almost a perfect film.
Mm-hmm.
Almost.
Almost.
You know, like if you don't overthink about the time travel part, you're okay.
Well, like I feel like no matter what, time it was that you like first saw Back to the Future, how does a time traveling car not like absolutely amaze you?
Exactly. Exactly. So and it just looks so cool. I mean, look
They're
at that.
awesome.
Look at that. That's like
Like,
really cool.
who does not want a DeLorean?
I know. So.
We'll have one day.
Yes. I know there's like 2 or 3 in Sudbury area.
Yeah.
So.
I think I've only seen the one before.
Yeah.
Unless it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have 2 or 3 in Sudbury.
Yeah. So it's cool. It's cool. Be cool to like definitely have one though. So yeah, that is Back to the Future. And like I asked, which one was your favorite one? 1, 2, or 3? Hers 1, mine's 1. Are we gonna get another point of view on this? Anyone? Come on. Come on. Someone talk to me. Come on, say hi. Don't be shy.
No, we're cool here.
If you don't want to talk about that, though, we can definitely talk about other sci-fi things. Yeah. I'm still really looking forward to Bill and Ted's 3rd movie, which is now... It was brought up to the 14th, but now it's to the 28th of June. So it got brought up a week and then back 2 weeks.
Of June?
No, of August.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow. I wish in June. It'd be out now.
Let's go.
So, yeah. I forget what it's called. Face the Music.
Yeah, Face the Music.
Bill, Ted, Face the Music. Definitely looking forward to that movie coming out. I'm not sure if, like, I know some people want to go see it in the theater, and I kind of do too, but I doubt our theaters are going to be ready for it.
I don't think so.
So I am hoping for a digital stream. So maybe they could do a dual digital stream, or even like put in the theaters for a week or 2 and then have a digital stream.
Yeah.
Because I know they need to get their big money too, right?
They do. So if they do open their doors, it's like, okay.
Yeah. I don't mind waiting a couple weeks, but if I have to wait like 6 months, that's going to suck.
That would be ridiculous.
Yeah. Especially nowadays. So, but yeah. So looking forward to that. I know there's not too many movies that are coming out this summer. Not really. There's no big blockbusters that are coming out yet.
Everything's been pushed to next year.
Yeah, a lot of it has. Mulan was supposed to be in March, and that's still not out yet.
James Bond was supposed to have a new movie also.
Wonder Woman Part 2.
It's all being pushed to at least next year, but we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's
best movie of all time.
Best movie for me, anyways, of all time. I know everyone has their own. What's your best movie of all time for you? Let me know in the comment section and live chat. What about you? What's your favorite movie of all time?
You're gonna make me think.
Yes, I am going to make you think.
So many movies out there.
Okay, like, or at least one of them that goes into your head right away.
Probably make me sound
Twilight?
childish. No.
Sorry.
I mean, I am not gonna deny when I was a teenager that I may have gone to the movie theater for every single one of them, but I'm over it.
Okay.
But yeah, it'll make me seem childish, but it's always gonna be Lion King.
Lion King. The animation, by the way.
The animation, not
the remake.
The live action remake.
So hers is The Lion King. Okay, non-animation.
I don't watch that many movies, apparently.
Oh, come on. You must know something.
No.
At least that's up there. Maybe not your favorite, but it's up there.
The Saw movies.
The Saw movies. Okay.
Yeah.
Demented, but okay.
The Saw movies.
All right. Cool.
You good with that, or are you like worried?
No, I'm worried. Yeah, I am worried. Not bad. An animation that's my favorite.
This is where we're opposites.
Not necessarily. I mean, up there is definitely Lion King for me.
Yeah.
I love the
They
Lion
did
King,
amazing.
but I also like Aladdin, the Little Mermaid.
You guys heard it right here.
Shh.
Little Mermaid.
Whatever.
It's okay, you have a 4-year-old daughter now. It's a good thing you like those movies.
Mulan, the animation.
Frozen.
Nope, not liking that too much. Hercules.
Hercules.
The animation Hercules was so good.
I had a moment in my childhood where that was actually beating Lion King out, and I sat there for an entire day straight and just kept replaying the movie.
I went
over and over again.
Well, I went. It was Hercules came out the same time as Star Trek: First Contact, and I would go from the movie theater to the next movie theater and keep doing that. And I did that for about 2 or 3 days.
Oh my goodness!
So I watched just the movies in a couple of days. I watched First Contact 6 times and Hercules 6 times.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still would have done that too.
Yeah, because this was Toronto, so you had like 12, 14 different cinemas, so you can just go one to the other, and you were allowed to do that. So I would.
Yeah, you can't do that here.
No.
Get in trouble.
Yeah, but you were then. So,
Back then, yeah.
Yeah. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
that was my favorite there. So yeah.
Hercules is cool.
Hercules.
I actually want to rewatch that.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched that.
I'll watch it again.
Like years.
I'll watch it again.
Okay. Well, we're gonna like be done here after, and then we're gonna go watch Hercules.
Hercules, Hercules.
We're okay.
Yeah, sure.
It's been a long day.
Yeah, so, yeah. Well, I went to Back to the Future. I guess because Back to the Future is only 3 movies. I know it's a game too. There's a few games. I've played the NES games, Part 1, which was stupid, and Part 2 and 2 and 3 were the same game, and I've never beat it at all. I don't think I even came close. I don't think I even knew how to play the game. It was just really weird.
Anything to do with the actual trilogy?
Yeah, you had a DeLorean that you had to go back in time and forth in time and stuff like that, but it was really weird. Yeah.
Weird games.
Yeah. But then they had the better one that came out a few years ago that you could play on the Xbox or PlayStation. It's like part 4, and it happens like a few months after the events of the ending of Part 3.
Okay.
And if you ever watched the TV cartoon of Back to the Future, the animation series, that was fun. Because you had Doc as himself for some of the, and Bill Nye as some of the scientists that would make like a battery lemonade to power a light bulb or a watch or something. So there'd be an experiment, and then you'd have the show itself.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was like you ever watch Bill Nye the Science Guy?
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Uh-huh.
Well, it was like one of his experiments before Back to the Future.
Okay, that is really cool.
Yeah.
I like that Bill Nye like partnered up with them.
Yeah. So that was before he was a big name, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, so it was the animation series was obviously a little bit different. I mean, Einstein could drive a train.
Okay.
His dog.
Cool.
The DeLorean would fold up into a suitcase, although it still had the same weight as a DeLorean. So what was the point? I don't know.
I was about to say, that's convenient. Or if it weighs the same thing as a car.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
But there was a sad episode when they went back in time to the dinosaurs. And little Vern, I think it's Vern, made a pet friend, like a pterodactyl pet friend. And then they went back into the past, back to the future, after they destroyed the meteor that was going to wipe out the dinosaurs. So when they go back to the future, the dinosaurs are ruling the Earth, right? Mm-hmm. So that obviously messes up humanity. So they go back in time, and they have to put the asteroid back where it belonged, killing his friend at the same time. It's one of those ones that I'll always remember because it was so sad. just as the DeLorean's flying off before they hit 88 miles an hour, the pterodactyls beside them, like all sad and flying right next to them, and they disappear, and then the meteor comes, and I was like, oh. When I was a kid, I had tears. I still kind of get
Jurassic
tears.
World all over again.
But this was like super sad, super sad. So, yeah.
The decision you make: do we let dinosaurs run the earth, and you could have your best friend, or we go back and
Kill them all.
Kill them all. Let the meteor do what it's supposed to do.
Yeah. So. But yeah, there's good episodes like that. There was also crappy episodes too, but there were some good episodes, like the civil revolution, the states Confederates against the Union or whatever. Sorry, I don't know too much about states history.
Yeah, Canada.
I mean, I don't really know much about Canadian history either. I mean, I know enough, and I know some of United States history, but anyways,
moving on.
Yeah. But yeah, so the animation series is cool. You can watch some of them on YouTube actually. So, and you could watch the new game, like all the outtakes and stuff that you could watch on YouTube too also. So, YouTube. Yeah, so. But yeah, that's Back to the Future. Unfortunately, there's not like a lot of info for it, so it's kind of sucks in that way. I guess that's why we're like only at half an hour and we're like, we're done with info. So I'm not going to want to drag this on or anything like that for everyone. And since really not much people are talking, that's cool also. Yeah. If you do want to comment in the comment section, that's cool. I always check the comment sections. I try to anyways. So always leave a comment. Yeah. I think that's about it, though.
What's our plan for
next live stream? I don't know.
Something in the Twilight Zone.
Well, that means we'll have to watch all the Twilight. Well, lots of it.
So maybe in a couple weeks.
So maybe do that in a couple weeks.
We've done.
Let's do. Anyone on that wants for us to
chime in what you would like to talk about?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I don't mind doing movies or whatever, but TV shows too, sci-fi, even some fantasy will be cool to do. We've done Star Trek, obviously Star Wars. We've done Battlestar Galactica, Stargate, and then now Back to the Future. Aliens could be one. We can do the aliens, all the alien stuff out there. Yeah, we could do that. It's another one. My favorite horror movie. So, horror, sci-fi. So we could definitely do that. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Aliens.
Well, we're doing the Aliens series. The Xenomorphs. Yeah. We got a couple of if you're not too familiar with the Alien series, I got a couple of videos on the Alien series. I got Ripley, 10 interesting facts on Ripley, the Xenomorph, the ship, the Nostromo. I think that's all I've done so far, but I'll try and get maybe the crew out or something like that. I don't know, but yeah. And if you could only watch a couple of the movies, watch the Alien from 79 and watch Aliens from 86. If you could just need to do two, do those two. Yeah. Okay. Then you'll at least be in the know for a lot of what we're going to talk about. All right. So thanks for coming out to the live stream. Really appreciate it. Next time will be Aliens. And as always, if you need to chat or whatever, feel free to comment in the comment section. You can go to our Discord server. Check that out if you'd like. We support each other there with whatever. So, yeah. So I hope everyone has a good day, a good evening, have a good week. And I'm not sure which day I'll be back next week. Hopefully it'll be on the weekend sometime, but I haven't got my schedule yet for work. So, yeah, so I haven't gotten that yet. So I don't know exactly which days. But it'll either be Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I'll put up a link when we know for sure, though. All right. Thanks for watching. Take care. Love you all. Be awesome.